Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Let's get this party started. Hey, y'all. We're a little late this morning, but it's all good. We're going to make it happen regardless. You know the deal. Grab some water, chug a lug, hit like when you're done. Social. So I got ready to start streaming this morning, and there were some cards that I wanted to get in touch with. I got a few minutes to connect with them and got a really awesome message for me. So hopefully y'all will have an amazing message for you. And I'm excited. Let's go ahead and dive in and get started. And I'm sorry, I'm really thirsty this morning. Like, I didn't get enough water yesterday, and I'm definitely feeling it today. That's my fault. So today I need to make sure I get my full 2 gallons. You know, the only downside to that is, like, I go to bed early around 9:30 sometimes, and, like, I'm up in the bathroom before midnight, and usually about 5 times at night. But I kind of think of it as, like, extra cardio or unintended cardio. So anyway, y'all, let's dive in for today's message. Dear God, dear angels, dear goddesses, guides, fairies, we thank you for all the wonderful, amazing messages you've been giving us, and the deeper sense of clarity that you've been delivering as well. We ask that you continue to guide and direct our readings and make them clear and concise for everyone. And we ask that anyone who hears these messages be blessed by them. All these many things we ask in unconditional love. Amen. All right, so let's see. Good morning. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, Nicole. How are y'all today? I've got my phone open so I can see your comments. So comment away. I hope your Wednesday is off to a great start. I'm not going to lie. I went to bed ridiculously late, like a few hours ago, and I'm surprised that I am as awake as I am. So we're going to let it ride. But, you know, I had a couple of late massage clients last night. So, like, by the time I got home, I was talking to my mom on the way home. And then there was like another hour of conversation after that. And then I talked to my husband for a little bit. And then before you know it, it's like midnight. And I'm like, okay, I'll be to bed in a little bit. And, you know, I woke up like at 5 with the TV blaring. I did see 4 o'clock. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go talk to my girls. And then we might lay back down. All right, y'all. So let's see. Where are we getting our message from today? And you know what? We're getting our message from our crystal deck. And this is going to be interesting because I actually came into this with the intention of this is going to be a shorter message today. But these tend to be a little bit not as short. And that Isis deck is also calling at me. So I guess what we'll do is just follow the vibe and see where it takes us. Oh, holy cow. Yes. 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 Okay. 3 cards just flew out. I was only going to grab 1. Oh, let me just feel these real quick. All right, go with it, is what I just heard in that order. Okay. So, awesome. I guess we'll dive in and get started. The first card, guys, and I'm going to have to grab the book for this one because these tend to be a little bit deeper, and I'm not as familiar with this deck. Okay, so we have wow. This is interesting. I just got this card yesterday, or in a different deck. Okay, I'm sorry. Ascended Master Mary Magdalene and Aqua Aura Quartz. So again, the thing to remember with our crystal deck is that all the cards have crystals on them. They've got mandalas, but there are they correspond with either Ascended Masters, Earth Angels, or Goddesses. And so anytime that we have for example, we've got an Ascended Master, Mary Magdalene, right? And Mary Magdalene, or Ascended Masters represent your spiritual life, okay? Anytime we get an angel, these are earth angels. So that represents your physical life. And anytime we get a goddess, that represents your physical and your spiritual life. So right now for our first card, we have Ascended Master Mary Magdalene, Aqua Aura Quartz, Divine Alchemy. Let's take a look at this card. Divine Alchemy. Isn't that gorgeous? Aqua Aura Quartz. I'm not familiar with Aqua Aura Quartz, but that's all right. We're gonna let that vibe, and I'm gonna start with the short description, and we'll see exactly where the energy takes us. And if I can find it here, sorry guys, bear with me. I appreciate your patience. Okay, Divine Alchemy. I'm so excited. Instantly, this just woke me up. We bring you the blessing of divine alchemy. Divine alchemy is the art of transformation. Or, excuse me. Divine alchemy is the art of transmutation, the application of spiritual consciousness to physical form, so profound that an entirely new form evolves. It is irreversible change. It is the coal transformed into the diamond the lead of sleeping matter, awakening into the radiant gold of consciousness. Successful alchemical transformation requires patience, courage, and belief in power of spirit above all else. The radical and impermanent transformation effected by divine alchemy may seem miraculous to the outsider viewing the changed form, yet the alchemist knows that when spiritual consciousness meets physical matter, the world will never be the same. Okay, this is kind of really blowing my mind, guys, especially with all the messages that we've been getting since the full moon. And really one of the biggest things I take from this card in particular is as we transform, we become... as we have transformed, and the more and more we begin to heal that divine masculine and integrate it with our divine feminine, like we've been talking about, letting go of the things that cause us fear and anxiety and feelings of lack and insecurity and resentment and those things, those aspects of ourselves that we like to try and hide or avoid or we don't like, you know, our shadow selves. So as we begin to shed light on the shadows and heal them, we heal the divine masculine, integrating that with the divine feminine. But understanding that as we merge with our divine selves, right, that we're sending love, we're raising our energy and we're sending love and light up, but it also allows that opening to send the divine energy down. And that's when we begin to manifest our spiritual dreams here on physical earth, right? So we talked about with the moon cycles, we did our intentions at new moon, and now we had our completion at the full moon. And this is letting us know, and we got messages letting us know a couple of times that everything has been completed in the spiritual realm. Be patient as things begin to manifest. And really this is it. As we begin to heal our divine feminine, or heal our divine masculine and integrate it with our divine feminine, that we now start to become divine alchemists. And this is what it's all about. This is the power to create, to bring forth that which you want on this earth. And the big thing that is blaring at me right now to share is, again, we've been getting those messages of like clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. You know, the thoughts and ideas that come to you are your answered prayers. So your prayers have been answered. You know, now it's a matter of following, taking those steps forward, doing the work to move forward in our thoughts and ideas, and we become divine alchemists. So, oh my God, that is so freaking awesome. Okay, guys, gotta calm down. I was getting a little excited there. All right, so for our next card, we have Goddess Gaia and Ocean Jasper, Goodwill. So we basically have the earth, Goddess Gaia and Ocean Jasper. Wow, land and water. Goodwill. Let's get some direction on this. So this here is a goddess card. So this is going to apply to both our physical and spiritual aspects. Let's see. Flipping through here. Sorry, guys. How exciting. Remember we got just a few days ago, we got Rhiannon. And Rhiannon was the sorceress. And the sorceress was all about you're a magical person who can manifest their desires into reality. That's the divine alchemy. We all have the potential, but it's a matter of, you know, gosh, it just makes so much more sense. This makes so much sense after all these messages that we've been getting. Remember from our Isis reading from a month ago that told us, do the things that you need to do that support what you want to bring about. Open up the energy channels to allow the energy to flow. And we've been talking about it flows in both directions. So often we're always talking about raising the kundalini, raising the prana, raising our energy. But we also get to a certain point. We've been guided to work in nature. Goddess Gaia, right? We've been guided to work in nature, and we get to that point to when we do that, when we can ground in nature, then we allow that divine energy to come down here on physical earth to start manifesting our dreams and desires. And for anyone who may think that this sounds kind of funny, we've all heard of The Secret, right? This is like the spirituality behind it. We can discuss quantum mechanics and quantum physics, and I can give you the science behind it. I mean, this is so amazing. What's beautiful about this, though, is we don't just have the science behind it, or we can study the science behind it, in terms of law of vibration and all the universal laws. We can also get into the quantum mechanics of it. Wow, but here really is, we're being guided and directed every single day, and I'm just seeing how this is unraveling and evolving before us, and we're getting deeper and deeper messages. And this, guys, is just blowing my mind. So let me hurry up and get to Goddess Gaia and Oceanic Jasper before I completely get up and do a happy dance. All right, so goodwill. We bring you the empowerment of goodwill. There is a type of spiritual power you can create. There is a type of spiritual power you can co-create which benefits and protects you whilst mutually empowering others to take their journey in experiencing divine success. Spiritual power, known as goodwill, is generated by how you feel inside and the attitude you cultivate towards others. When you know you have value, it is easy to recognize the value in another. When you feel encouraged by the universe, it's easy to encourage others. As you put out support, encouragement, and goodwill for the success of all beings, this energy is amplified and returned to you. That's amazing. So one of the cool things about this is a reminder that we are creating at all times, right? What we're putting out into the world is exactly what we're bringing back home to us. So really in creating our goodwill, right? So we've got our divine alchemy coming down. We're being supported by the universe. We're manifesting our dreams and desires in the world. Now that we're manifesting our dreams and desires in the world, right? Our love and light is shining. Our love and light is shining. Guys, we got this card just a few days ago. It's still sitting here. The big thing, the reason I'm showing you this is you're the lighthouse. You're the lighthouse. And look at the top of the lighthouse. That is like divine guidance, divine light. There's an angel who's lighting it up. You are the lighthouse. The career change is you within yourself. So as you begin to light up yourself, you begin to create your world, manifest your realities, the things that you want, you begin walking in your authentic truth, speaking your truth, shedding your light into the world. You're now spreading goodwill into the world. And as you are being, simply by being you and doing what you're supposed to be doing and doing what you want to do and being happy and manifesting, you are now helping lead others to create the lifestyle of the lives and live the lives that they not only want but deserve as well. So you're being guided to lead and direct. And in doing so, these things are calling us to move to deeper levels of our understanding, not only of, spirituality, but primarily of ourselves, because we are divine in nature. Period, point blank, in a discussion. I just had this conversation last night with someone. I was saying, do you trust God? Yeah, Sharita, I trust God. Said, do you trust your intuition? Well, I mean, kind of. I'm like, you don't trust that your intuition is divinely guided by God or divinely inspired by God? So we don't have to worry about, where is this going? What am I going to do? What happens next? We just have to do the work that we're supposed to do. We need to be healing the divine masculine, integrating with the divine feminine, and raising up, connecting and grounding in earth with Goddess Gaia and Ocean Jasper. And when we're grounding and we're spreading out that goodwill, we lead and guide and direct by default others. Like, seriously, you being happy and living your highest purpose and doing what you want to do and living your heart's desire is ultimately what is best for the world. Because when you're happy and you're in your purpose, you're obviously operating out of love and light and you're doing something for the world. And it doesn't have to mean that you're going out and volunteering or you're teaching some big fabulous class. It may be that you like to take care of animals. And that is how you spread your love and light in the world. It could be anything. You could be a computer scientist or be in computer science and you help to develop programs that help, people manage blah, 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 that makes their lives easier. The less stress, the less drama, the less, frustration in the world. Doesn't matter how it gets here. It just helps the world, right? So by you walking in your life purpose, by you doing the things that you want to do, that you are here on this earth to do, not the things that the world who lives in a state of mind of lack, in a state of fear, in a state of what if at all times, you're not that person. You walk by your divinely guided intuition. And we got that travel card yesterday, right? And the biggest thing we noticed with that travel card was that the fairy, was lighting the path. Here it is. She's illuminating the path. And the reason why we say that is because if you look at her head is lit up. So we know it's not necessarily her heart. Otherwise, they would have lit her up here. Her head. So that's that divinely guided intuition. And she's lighting the path. She's in charge. She's going to go through her valleys, through her shadows, right? To begin to heal the ego, to heal to shed light on all those hurts, those frustrations, those anger moments, the trauma, to begin to heal them. And as she begins to heal them, then check it out. She makes it off to her far off distance in the light, right? She goes through the shadows. So she knows what her end mark is. She sees where she's at. She doesn't necessarily see every single step of the way in advance, but it's okay because every time she takes a step forward, her path is illuminated. That's my whole point of what I'm saying. Your path is illuminated. So if there's something on this earth that you feel that you've been called to do, it's been in your heart, it's always been your desire, you just never knew if there was a way, but it keeps popping up, and maybe somebody keeps asking you about it, or you keep finding yourself in this situation. This is you being called out to do the work you were put on this earth to do. And in doing so, you spread your goodwill, right? You help to raise the vibration of this planet. Oh, this is so awesome, y'all. So awesome. Okay, let me keep going because I get excited. So our next card, and I've never gotten this card before. This is really pretty. This is this is Goddess Durga in hematite. Spear of the Guru Mother. And again, this is another goddess card. So this is in relation to your physical world and your spiritual world. Spear of the Guru Mother. Okay. Sorry. Okay. We bring you the empowerment of Spear of the Guru Mother. Sometimes there's so much choice that we struggle to commit. It is often not an issue of unwillingness to make an effort, but concern that the choice might not be the right choice. We might pray to the universe to be shown what to do according to the wisdom greater than our own. Although our free will is always in place, we are able to accept a task divinely given or reject it. The universe answers every prayer. In your heart, you have been asking for guidance to be shown what you need to do in a particular situation, or perhaps more generally in your life at this time. You want to know the best way forward so your actions are in alignment with heaven. In response, you have now become the Spear of the Guru Mother. And I think this is the card that we're going to go a little bit deeper on. The Spear of the Guru Mother is direct, focused, clear task given to you by a freely compassionate divine feminine. The Guru Mother is the unconditionally loving guide who will protect your soul, keeping you on a straight and narrow, spiritually speaking, and ensure that your efforts bring you the best spiritual results, not lead you off onto a distracting and ultimately unnecessary tangent. Although you can choose whether or not you wish to accept the task, know that it has been divinely bestowed upon you. How do you know which task this is? Look to your life. What's happening? What's what's possible for you to act upon? Where's your growth edge? What are you currently empowered to do? There's your task. Do what you can and do it now. Holy cow, that's exactly what we were just saying. The oracle also comes to you with this understanding. If the divine gives you a task, you can handle it. Even if you're going to need to grow, you have it within you to complete it successfully. When the universe gives you an opportunity or life situation to work through, it's giving you a vote of confidence. The Divine Mother says to you, "Here is my will. I'll empower you. Now go for it." If you want to take her advice, don't hesitate or doubt. Be as focused and forward moving as if you were the spear that she has thrown with her almighty hand and the flawless aim, heading straight towards the center of the target. When the oracle spear of the Guru Mother comes to you, you are being told your efforts have divine power behind them. The situations in your life you are willing to grapple with are now going to resolve far quickly and potently than you might have believed possible. The power of your own efforts amplified with divine will creates extraordinary movement. Distraction, procrastination, hesitation shall not touch you. Your focus will become complete and your task shall be attained. The trust you feel in yourself and the divine will increase because of this. You will gain more confidence in yourself. You'll become game for bigger and bolder challenges. The universe will be able to ask more of you and give you more because you shall be increasingly open to it. The risk you take at this time with absolute intention will bring you so much more resolution of the task at hand. If you have been overwhelmed, confused, pulled in too many directions, and feeling as though you're trying to do everything and completing nothing, this oracle comes with guidance. The spear of the Guru Mother, if requested, will fly through your life and take you along with it for the ride. The unleashing of the divine shall clear away the inessentials and reveal to you what is important and what you need to do. If you are willing to surrender into this fierce grace, you will be honored by it. Go into your heart. If you feel brave and bold enough, you are. Then complete the following healing process to invoke the Guru Mother's intervention. And honestly, we should do this. Oh gosh, I just dropped the whole book. Are we to do this today? Okay, I think we're not going to do the healing. I don't know, guys. What do you think? It's pretty short, and you know how we do with the healing process. You guys actually give me a couple thumbs up if you want to check it out. That way I know what's going on. And it's really just pretty short. And also, you guys, give me some comments. Let me know if this is something that really just kind of resonates with you. Like, I find this absolutely incredible considering everything we've just been talking about. If there is something on your heart that you feel directed to do, you're being called to do it. And know that what it is that you're doing, as you, like we just said, your path is being illuminated. You're being divinely guided, but you're also being not only guided, but supported. It's not like you have to go do this journey on your own or, oh my gosh, what the heck. You're being guided and supported. So I think what we'll do is, this is actually pretty short, guys. So let's run through this. So we're going to start with a slight invocation. So really what I want you to do is just focus on the card. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. And really, when you focus on the card, just focus on what happens to stand out at you in the image, okay? So turn your phone sideways, swipe off the comments if you have to, do what you need to do. Nicole said, when picking out my stones for today, hematite called to me. Meant to be, period. Go grab, if you can, grab your hematite. I'm going to grab some water. And I know that you're working on a boot right now, so if it's close to you, grab your hematite. And actually, is mine close to me? Yes, it is. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, here it is. It was actually sitting here in front of the stone. So I'm going to put mine in my non-dominant hand, because that is my receptive hand. Okay. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to dive in. So we're going to use an invocation, a quick invocation. Okay, so again, just focus on the card and what you see. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to zoom in as close as possible to give you a better view. And again, if you can, turn your phone sideways, that way you can see it a little better. Okay. I call upon the crystal angel of hematite and goddess Durga, who love me unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing empowerment of the spear of the Guru Mother. May my actions be true, decisive, and pure. May I ground truth through my actions in the world. May the spear of the Guru Mother enter my life and direct my being into fearless, focused action. May all beings, through unconditional love and divine mercy, be blessed with clear, conscious awareness of divine will. May they be empowered to it to act with fearlessness and joy. Through my own free will, so be it. So now we're going to further integrate the cards. I want you to hold your phone with the mandala image facing outward from your solar plexus chakra, which is your chakra like right above your abdominal area. Okay. So you're gonna hold the phone. Basically, hold your phone there so that it's the image is facing outward. All right. So it's facing outwards from your solar plexus chakra. Now I want you to breathe and relax in and out several times. Let's just take a couple of deep breaths in and out. And really, what I think I'm gonna do is place my stone near there. All right. I choose of my own free will, through this and any lifetime, and through all layers of my entire being, to forgive myself for any hesitation, procrastination, misdirected action, or wasted time and energy. I choose now to surrender my will into the strength of the Divine Mother. May the spear of the Guru Mother guide my own will into uplifting, conscious, empowered action, driving me forward onto my own path of divine destiny for the greatest good. Through divine empowerment and unconditional love, so be it. Now take your phone and you're going to hold it between your palms so you can place your hands in prayer position. And if you can, have the your phone screen placed face towards your receptive hand, which is your non-dominant hand. May divine love bring fearless, focused, and unconditional trust into the hearts of all beings, so that action according to higher will gains traction in the world. May all hearts be empowered with sacred, clear, passionate purpose. According to divine grace and in service to the divine feminine wisdom evolving through humanity at this time, so be it. I am the spear of the Guru Mother. Divine will empowers my action in the world. So that's going to be our affirmation for today. I am the spear of the Guru Mother. Divine will empowers my action in the world. So for anyone, I have a feeling that I feel like for some of it, and I think some of this applies to me too, so it's not you guys. But for some of us, there's been things that have held us back in the past. And again, what have we been talking about? Shedding those thoughts of feeling, or shedding those feelings and thoughts of lack, of fear, of what if, of I don't know, of insecurity, of all those things, of anger, of frustration, of resentment, of trauma, no matter physical, mental, emotional, shedding light on them and filling them with love to heal them. Because a lot of times, the one thing that's been holding us back is like the very thing that'll take us forward. So maybe for you, it might have been the fear of speaking in public. But the fact is, you're such a great orator that, and remember when we first started doing these readings, how many orator cards that we got from the Life Purpose deck? But really, maybe your fear of speaking, or you've had this fear of speaking, and that's been kind of holding you back. I've been wanting to do this, but it's going to require that I kind of get out there and meet people, or that I network, or that I, put myself out there. But really, the truth is, you're such a great speaker, and you have so much wonderful things to say that you speaking, the thing that you're fearing, is what's really going to propel you forward. And vice versa. I mean, there might not vice versa, but there might be something else in your life that's been holding you back. Maybe it's my fear of, what people will think about the content. Maybe it's not me speaking. Maybe it's the content. That's something that I deal with right now. Like, oh my gosh, I'm in this goddess group, And it's kind of wild because it's like, are they vibing this? Are they not vibing it? I know a couple of my girls are with me, but so sometimes I get fearful and I hold back because I'm afraid of what other people are going to say, or not so much that, I'm afraid of what they're going to have to say about the content, because I was the one just, 3 years ago talking about going to church and praying to Jesus. And please believe I still pray to Jesus, okay? It was kind of interesting sidebar. And it's not actually a sidebar. I kind of see this. Okay. So yesterday I had a client. I had 2 clients in particular, but I was working on the husband, and I rarely give him massage. In the 7, years that I've been working almost every other week or weekly with this client, I rarely give the husband massage. And he was really stressed out at work, and this is a Christian couple. And so when I was working on doing his massage, I was just kind of praying, hey, Jesus, guide and direct my hands, whether you want to view him as Lord of Lords or ascended master or a prophet, it's personal to you, and it's not my place to judge it. Me personally, I view him as ascended master Jesus, and someone who I grew up having a relationship, so it's easy for me to call on him, right? Because I know when I feel his love and guidance. So I say all that to say, when I was working on him, I was just asking, Jesus, please guide and direct my hands so that I know where he needs, me to work the most. Obviously I can feel, and I feel what's in his body, but there might be something I'm missing. And so I want to kind of intuit it. And in doing so, I also said, God, please guide, or Jesus, please guide and direct me. Or please intervene, whatever he's stressed out, because this is a very lighthearted guy, whatever he's stressed out about, please, intervene in the situation and show him and whoever else your loving guidance and direction. And instantly in that moment, what I heard was a message for him, for this guy, right? And I literally sat there for 5 minutes, like debating with God. Am I supposed to say this out loud? Because in my mind, I was so afraid of what the husband was going to think about the message. Like, what is Sharita talking about? This is out of nowhere. All I knew is he was stressed out and his back was full of knots, and it was stress about work. And the message for him, ironically, was let it go and trust your intuition. And so finally I made up my mind. I was like, I'm not going to say it. God, or Jesus, if you want him to have this information, like, you'll make sure that he gets it, right? Because I'm just taking, I got scared. I literally got scared. And the more and more I tried to back away from it, the next thing I knew, my freaking mouth flew open, right? And it was like, and I told him, I said, hey, I was just sitting here working on you. And I said, I was, kind of praying, and I was asking Jesus to guide and direct me, and asking him, whatever stress you're dealing with, to just kind of be in the midst of it and help show love and compassion. I said, and he has a message for you. Let it go and trust your intuition. And the husband, and so I'm working on his neck. We're at the end of the massage. I'm working on his neck, and I'm like, uh-oh, let me keep going. And so he goes, wow. Okay. And he takes a deep breath, and he was like, thank you. Then a moment later, he was like, no, really, Sharita, thank you for sharing that with me. And I say all that to say that here's an opportunity where I could have kept my mouth shut, out of fear. And in the message that he needed to receive may not have been received, or it may not have been received at the time that he needed it, in the way that he needed it. And understanding that he was in the massage. And when you're in a massage, you're incredibly vulnerable because you're laying down and relaxing and you're opening yourself up, right? And now we're at the end of the massage. I'm doing the best part, right? The neck and shoulders, which was where he was extra jacked up, so I'm doing the very best part, and I'm in my vibe, I'm feeling my groove. And really what the energy allowed was for, the energy to open up, for him to open up and relax, and for me to receive the message, and for him to give it to him, and for him to receive it out of love. And so my point is, sometimes we let fear, those shadows, right, dictate us. That scared little boy that we talked about, hiding behind mama's skirt, our bruised ego, our divine masculine. Sometimes we let that bruised ego lash out and be like, I'm not saying that. He's going to look at me like I'm crazy. That's ego. You're worried about what this man thinks about you. If you have something that you are here on this earth to share it. Because you're going to be you're fully supported. Divine alchemy, We just got that card. Ascended Master, Mary Magdalene, Divine Alchemy. So what's in heaven, you bring about here on earth, and you create it, you manifest it here on earth. So you're fully supported spiritually and in our physical world. Wow, guys. Because again, remember, our angel cards, Ascended Master cards are spiritual. So we're channeling down that spiritual energy, we're manifesting it. And then our goddess reminds us here that Spear of the Guru Mother. So now that you know that you're divinely supported, you're taken care of, anytime you start to feel a little scared, worrisome, remember that Spear of the Guru Mother. And oh my gosh, I hate to admit this, I just forgot our affirmation that quickly. So our affirmation for the day. Okay, I'm like, what? Looking at the wrong page here. I am the Spear of the Guru Mother. And even if you forget Spear of the Guru Mother, just remember, divine will empowers my action in the world. Divine will empowers my action in the world. So there is something you are supposed to be doing. And we are very specifically being guided and directed to get over, to let go, to heal those old wounds, right? To go into the darkness. We're not just going to be like, oh, that sucks. So-and-so hurt my feelings. Okay, I forgive them. Okay, yeah, maybe you do forgive them and your heart feels better. But in reality, that hurt is still there. So let's go into it. Why did it hurt your feelings? You know, why did that one little comment that they honestly, maybe they just said it in passing, but why did it hurt your feelings? You know, let's go and heal that. And now that's something you can begin to let go of, those hurts, those frustrations, and follow that spear. Understand that as you take action, this divinely empowered action, it's going to catapult. Oh, you guys, I'm reminded of that, the Goddess Freya card. Remember the first, I think one of the first crystal cards. We got Goddess Freya, the untamed. Remember that untamed divine within you? Your untamed divine and your Spear of the Guru Mother, right? So just start taking actions. Make sure you're doing the things that support what you want to bring about. We can't say things like, I want to be a model, but then never get behind the camera or put ourselves out there or go, you know, get headshots, or even if we have to bootleg them ourselves with a cell phone, whatever, you know? You don't say that I want to be a chef and then you never step into a kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So if there's something that you're being divinely guided and directed to do, there's something that's always been in your heart to do. And maybe you're trying to figure out, okay, I have this 9-to-5 job. I've got a family I need to support, but yes, I do want to do this, but how is this going to happen? Just start taking little steps. And again, remembering that our path is illuminated. All we got to do is take a step and we'll see where to go next. We're not going to have to question, do I go left? Do I go right? Do I go center? Do I make an about face? It's going to be guided and directed. You just have to start moving forward. And the more and more you do, the more and more your energy field increases. And the more and more your energy field increases, the more and more you attract those things that fit within your energy field, right? The more and more you begin to open the channels to bring about, to divine, use the divine alchemy to manifest here on earth the life that you want. And again, I cannot stress this enough. Goddess Life Fitness, Goddess Life is about living the life that you've been divinely appointed, the life that you want, the life that you deserve. Even the Bible, all throughout the Bible, tells us God will give you the desires of your heart, So whether you're looking at it from a religious aspect, whether you're looking at it from a spiritual aspect, from an occult aspect, from, a goddess aspect, an angel aspect, however you want to look at this, what you do is what you create. And Diana reminds us all the time, focus, or your thoughts, feelings, and actions, your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions on your target, and you will make your mark. So again, guys, we're just getting those messages. Now is the time. Move, move, move. Do little things. Even if it means, okay, today I just did some research on the internet. Today I sat down and wrote out, what exactly does my ideal life look like? And again, let's remember that we're getting ready to go back into a new moon, right? So now that we have all this reassurance, all this guidance, all this direction, now it's time to start thinking about those new intentions that you want to set for that new moon. But in the meantime, while we're still at the end of this waning moon, I want you to be focusing on healing that divine masculine. Healing that divine masculine and integrating it with our divine feminine. Wow, guys, I just... Welcome back, Nicole. I'm sorry your Wi-Fi cut out. I'm so excited. I really can't, I really can't say enough. I really sincerely hope that if there is something that is stirring within you or calling within you, that you are seriously considering it, or that you are taking steps, that you are finding ways. And if you can't find a way, you create a way to integrate it into your life, to balance it in your life. And I say this every day, balance doesn't mean equal. So maybe you have a 9 to 5, or you have, a job that you need to be at certain hours. You need to make sure that you're free to do these things with the children and what have you. I understand that. But I just keep seeing that nurture your inner goddess. But as you make time for those things that are truly why you're here on this earth, wow. And the beautiful thing, guys, have y'all have heard that saying, teach a woman, teach a nation. And really that's just it. It's not that men don't teach. I mean, men absolutely teach. But our divine feminine aspect, we tend to be the more fluid. We tend to be more open to ideas and concepts, whereas the masculine is more, structured and rigid and what have you. But they always say, teach a woman, you teach a nation, because as you teach us, we go out and we share that into the world. If you're hearing this message and you're still watching it, because we've had about 8 people flutter in and out. If you're hearing this message and you're still watching it, this is for you. Don't question, I wonder if this is for me, or I wonder, okay, God, are you saying something to me? Yes. God is saying something to you. Follow your heart. So really, I think the thing that I'm being instructed to instruct to you is making sure you're getting out that pen and paper, that you're doing that creative writing. If you're not sure what it is, even maybe you know that you have a greater life purpose, but you don't know what it is, start writing. Just start writing. Okay, Sharita told me to write. I'm not really sure what to write, but I really want to figure out what my life purpose is, or I know my life purpose. I really want to figure out how to integrate it into my life. Just start writing. Whatever comes to your mind, just start writing. Don't be one of those people who are like the procrastinator, right? I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it. If you have to, as soon as this reading is over, go to your calendar in your phone and schedule it in. Make maybe a sacrifice that on, okay, so I don't have to work on Saturday. So Friday, I'm going to stay up a little bit later, to focus on X, Y, and Z. Maybe tonight I'm going to shut the TV off 20 minutes early to do 5 minutes of writing before I go to bed. And one of the cool things that I like especially about writing at night, like sometimes I get caught up. It drives my husband crazy. He'll be like, are you coming to bed? I'm like, I'm right there. 2 hours later, I'm like, but I like it when I write at night, because then when I go to bed, all of that's on my mind and my subconscious, my goddess energy, my guides, they start to work it out for me, right? Sometimes in my dreams, sometimes I dream it and I get the answer and I wake up and I'm like, damn, I know I had the answer and I forgot. But anyway, my whole point is it's on your mind and it starts to dwell and to permeate within your spirit. And again, the more and more you give energy to something, the bigger and bigger it grows. So if there's something in your life that is too big and there's something else in your life that isn't big enough, then we need to start shifting perceptions as to what is most important to give energy to. Just because you're at a job from 9 to 5 every day for 40 hours a week doesn't mean, even though that's the primary part of your day, that all of your energy gets shifted into that job. Now, obviously, you need to put enough into it to maintain your job and your performance and what have you. But in your spare time, when you are away from that office, it's pouring into your desires. Even when you're at the office, you're thinking about, I am doing this to help build and create the foundation to help create what I desire. A lot of times, a lot of us let finances hold us back. But on the flip side of the coin, a lot of us are, and I'm going to say this politely, but there are areas where we can cut back to take those few pennies, even if you got to stick them in a penny jar until they add up, to invest in ourselves. Invest in yourself. Now is the time to be investing in yourself. It is not selfish. It is necessary. Whether it be nurturing your divine masculine and integrating with your divine feminine for balance, or whether it be, going and physically buying equipment or tools or what have you. Investing in your education, getting a book, taking an online course. Don't play that when this happens, then I'll do that. No, do that now. Do what you can now. If there is, you want to go back to college and you want to study something, but maybe tuition isn't really in the budget right now, that's fine. There are free college courses online. Start taking them now. I promise you. There are all the really big schools too. Even your Harvards, your Yales, your Stanfords, Chicago University has a really great program. But literally, these are free online courses. And the cool part about them is that later on, if you want, you can actually pay a couple of $100 and then take the test and get the credit for it. Get the actual college credit for it. So by the time you do go to school, transfer those credits with you. Or maybe you get certified in something, because you can do that through those free college courses. So I say all that to say that there is the only thing that can possibly stop you is you. And if you're feeling, if there's something that keeps holding you back, then really at this point, I need you to focus on what that is. We got to heal it and we got to let it go, because things are already in the work in the universe. And we don't want to miss our mark. We want to stay as we're supposed to be, right? Just like how we've seen over the last few months, every day we've been walked further and further. And especially when we get our big shifts. I've been seeing this. We get our big shifts right at the lunar cycles. Right at new moon, we get boom. Right at full moon, we get boom. I honestly didn't see after full moon moving in this direction. But this is a period of healing. Heal, heal, heal. And again, guys, I cannot stress to you enough. You are in new soil. You are not the same person you used to be. So if you tried something in the past and it didn't work out, it's okay. You're not her. Let go of that fear, that frustration. You're not her. You're a new person. You're blooming into a new being. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process and do not give up. And what do we see here in this card? She's literally blooming out of the flower. And the cool part I like about this card in particular is they didn't place her in a garden. They didn't place her necessarily on Earth. Look, she's got the cosmos behind her. You are spiritually blooming. You're just getting started. Have patience. So the big thing to that also is I think a lot of us feel like, oh my God, I'm behind. That's the biggest thing that I hear. I feel like I'm behind. Love yourself enough to let that shit go. You're exactly where you are supposed to be. You had to go through some things to get some wisdom, some knowledge, some understanding. You also had to wait for the time and the earth and the energy to be right. Now it's right. Now is the time. You're blooming. You're brand new. Who are you? What is your I am statement? I think that's something we need to focus on, guys. If you don't have I am statements, positive affirmations, mantras, that's your task. You're going to do your creative writing. And while you're doing your creative writing, because maybe if you don't know what to start, where to start, all right, doing my stream of conscious creative writing that Sharita told me to do. I don't really know where to start, so I guess I'll start with my I am messages. I am. And these are your positive affirmations. So we don't use words Like, don't and can't. So, for example, I don't want you to say, and I use this one because this is where I made a mistake when I first started doing affirmations. I said something like, I don't cheat on my meal plan. Okay, the universe doesn't catch that. So when you're making an affirmation, we're not going to say, I am not a slut. We're going to say, I am, a wholesome, loving person. We're not going to say what we're not. We're going to say what I am. And even if this is something that you want to be, but maybe you don't quite feel like you're there yet, start using that I am statement. So guys, I went pretty aggressive with my I am statements at the last new moon. And for me, I decided to make my statements, and bear with me, I'm going to slide this out because I'm going to read them to you, just to give you an idea. And I normally wouldn't do this, but I know I've been getting some specific messages that I'm protected. And the reason I wouldn't normally do this is because they're very personal to me. And sometimes with our own thoughts and feelings and our own free will, without realizing it, we cast negativity on other people. Have you ever seen somebody who's like maybe got a brand new dress and they're loving their dress, and we're obviously on the surface, we're like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. But in our mind, we're like, what was she thinking? And we just shoot that negative energy out there. Now understand, what we shoot out, we very expressly get back. But so normally I wouldn't share these types of my very personal affirmations, but I really want to kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about. And mine, like I said, I went a little more spiritually based, but you can do it for whatever, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, financially, because I do have financial ones in here. But just a couple of mine. I am a goddess of infinite abundance, creation of life, and restoration of complete wellness. Sorry. The healthy balance of my mind, body, and spirit are my highest priority. I humbly operate out of divine love. I use my creative power, thoughts, feelings, and actions to support my highest good. My warrior goddess drives me to accomplish my daily goals with ease. Let's see. I effortlessly and easily manifest all my dreams and desires by living my highest goddess life. I use my creative power, thoughts, feelings, and actions to support my highest good. So these are I use these as kind of like my intentions / affirmations. And so literally when I get up in the morning, I come in here and I have them written out on my whiteboard. And it's a big whiteboard. I've got them written out in different colors that were personal to me. And I come through and I start going through them, right? And really what it does is it really just kind of helps to get the energy flowing. It helps me to focus on, oh yeah, this is what you're doing today. This is why you're focused. This is why you're here. And what I'm starting to see is it starts to translate in other areas of my life. So for example, a couple weeks ago, I was at the gym and I just was so done. I was over it. I can't do anymore. And the thing that popped up to me is my warrior goddess drives me to accomplish my daily goals with ease. And when I, said that, I was like, okay, channeling my inner warrior goddess. And I kid you not, this burst of energy, and it came from within. It wasn't like it came upon me, but it came out of nowhere and I crushed it. And I'm like, whoa, this is real. And the thing that I really had to recognize and take stock in is this wasn't about me channeling energy from someone else. This was my own divine energy that's always been within me. I just didn't know it was there. I didn't know how to quote unquote tap into it. Okay. So I'm saying all of this to say that use your affirmations, use your I am statements, use your intentions, go over them daily, go over them a couple of times a day. Make sure you're saying them out loud. Not just in your mind and in your heart, but say them out loud. Put those vibrations into the world. If you're home alone and you can get away with it, scream them, yell them, shout them from your heart and out through your voice, So say them out loud regularly, and what you'll find is that they're just going to start to integrate with your mindset. Because again, this is part of healing that divine masculine and integrating with our divine feminine. We're letting go of those feelings of lack. We're letting go of those feelings of insecurity, those feelings of hurt, resentment, trauma, depression, anxiety, blah, 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 blah. We're going into the shadows, finding out why they are there, not judging them, shedding light on them, giving them unconditional love, healing them, and integrating them into our life. Right? Okay, guys, I really, really hope that makes sense. I went a little, rantish, and that wasn't my intent. Oh my gosh, I thought this would honestly be just another quick reading, but here we are at an hour again. But I appreciate y'all sticking with me. And I really, really hope that these messages that they speak to you. One of the things that I just ask is feel free at any time to give me your comments. If it's personal, send me a PM. But if there's anything that you want to know, or if you have questions, if I'm ever doing a reading and you're just like, well, what do you mean by that? Or, I know what you're saying in general, but I want to know how this applies in my life. By all means, type it, and that way we can get some answers, right? I just heard goddess. Okay, hold on. I thought we were done. Are we done? One more. Wow, that was clear. Okay. So I'm going to stop talking until I figure out why we're getting this card. Thank you, goddesses. What is it that what you want me to share? 'Cause that's the card right there. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, wow. Y'all know this is one of my favorite cards. Lakshmi, bright future. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. And again, what do we see? Y'all know why I love this card for a couple of reasons. So number one, the first thing that I really noticed today, okay, so I'm going with what really is speaking to me. The first thing I really noticed today is look at Lakshmi's heart chakra. Like, they've emphasized that with the green, or with the emerald, at her heart chakra, green stone. The next thing that I see, of course, is that Lakshmi is in the water, and we've got the elephants behind her, and elephants typically tend to represent abundance, right? And they're just pouring out on her. They're like pouring abundance on her. And then, guys, I'm just seeing that we lost connection, so my live stream somehow ended, but it's okay because I'm still recording, so I will put this portion up after. Thank God for recording. The other thing that we see is the sun behind Lakshmi, and then look at her hands. She's telling us, as above, so below. What we create in the divine, in the spirit, what we create in heaven, is what we manifest on earth. We're supported. We have a bright future. You're taken care of. So this is just reassurance to anyone who is like, OMG, what do I do? Don't worry. You're good. Take the steps. Do the things you need to do that support what you want to bring about. Understand that everything is energy. Every single thing is energy. Every single thing is energy. I mean, just in case you didn't hear me, everything's energy. That's all I got, guys. I can't stress that enough. Everything is energy. So what are you creating? It's all good. This is a fresh start, a clean slate. Be free. Wow. Be free. All right. Thank you to our goddesses, our angels. Oh my gosh. To our fairies, our guides. Wow. Our ascended masters, to Gaia, Mother Earth, and the crystals that you provide us. And thank you for the wonderful messages. And we ask that you just, help us to integrate this information into our lives. Really help us to recognize that this isn't something that comes from outside of us, but that is something that is divinely appointed and is deep within us and has always been with us before we even came to this earth. Thank you for the direction and the illumination of what it is that we're supposed to be doing and where do we go from here. Thank you for helping us to learn to trust our divine wisdom. So, y'all know the deal. Let's social it up one more time. You know, it's interesting. I was actually planning on going to take a nap after this and then going to the gym later, but I'm being divinely led and inspired as well. So I think I'm going to get some writing done and get some work done and yeah. One last thing I want to say, y'all, is, again, everything is energy. We are constantly creating. So be crystal clear about what you want. Don't worry about how to get there. Be crystal clear. What is all the details? What exactly does it look like? This is a blank canvas, and you have the paints. And there is no right or wrong answer, as long as it's out of unconditional love. Let me say that. So think of this as a blank slate, a chance to show the world and show yourself and just truly be the amazing woman, the amazing goddess, the amazing spiritual being you are. You know, you were meant to be on this earth. Again, you are the lighthouse. If you're seeing this, you are the lighthouse. All right, ladies. I love you lots. Have an amazing Wednesday. Don't forget to get your hump on. All right, y'all. I love you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a blessed day, and I can't wait to hear where you go from here. Love you lots. See you tomorrow. Bye.